Hey, how's it going? So, this is not a political video. If you think this is a political video, then respectfully, screw off. And I'm avoiding saying a bad word so that this doesn't get suppressed so badly in the algorithm. I am going to talk about all of the ways in which Trump, well, not all of the ways, because we'd be here all night, but first of all, the point of what I'm saying, I'm just trying to cut down my word count here, is that Trump is no longer the president of the United States. He has given up that right. He's no longer following the law. At the very least, he's a massive hypocrite. And if you want to argue that he is the president, well then, I would argue that that means that the United States of America is no longer a republic or a democracy, but is officially a fascist state. Trump is officially no longer a president. He is at best a king, and at worst, a fascist dictator. The likes of Hitler. Trump is literally Hitler, except he actually is now. The difference is that Hitler hated the Jews. He loves the Jews. He hates different groups of people. But that doesn't make him not a fascist. Fascist doesn't mean Nazi. I know some people can't read at a 6th grade level because 56% of America can't read at a 6th grade level, but that doesn't mean the same thing. Trump, to be very clear, has sent innocent people who have not gone to court to El Salvador. El Salvador has satellite photos of it taken on Google Maps that Google failed to go in and take down, which have photographs of piles of dead bodies, allegedly. And because, you know, they could go, you can't prove those are bodies. Those are just mannequins with a bunch of red tomato sauce next to them. So there's a giant fucking pile of bodies outside of El Salvador, and Trump is sending innocent people there now. I just got all my passport stuff taken care of. I'll be receiving my passport in the mail in 4 to 6 weeks. I probably should have paid the extra $60 to get it to ship faster. But here we are. I've never done anything illegal, except I've sped. I've gotten speeding tickets before, but that's it. I've never done anything illegal. I've certainly never gone to court for anything. So, fucking people, but like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like you could argue that at one point in my life, I knew about someone having weed and I didn't say anything, but now it's legal. Like, that's the most crime I've ever committed. And yet here we are, and I'm genuinely terrified for my life because I'm bisexual and I'm autistic and I live in the United States. But I was raised white and Christian, so I don't have to worry, people keep telling me. Yeah, okay, sure, yeah, cool. Tell that to me in the future while I'm rotting in El Salvador as a dead body, because that's unironically what I'm afraid of now. The nice gloves are coming off. I'm tired of pretending like there's any civility here. Oh wow, the traffic's backed up. Of course it is. I'm tired of pretending there's any civility here. I'm tired of pretending like this is just a fun little game and I get to go on YouTube and talk about how, no, Trump is kind of a fascist. No, Trump is a fascist. You could argue before that he wasn't one, even though he was putting innocent people in jail and deporting them, with the only thing they've done being that they came here without paperwork and they haven't committed a single crime since they moved here and they have a family. But, they committed a crime. It's not filling in the paper. Okay, whatever. Morally, that's shit, but legally, you have ground to stand on. Trump has been doing things that legally don't have ground to stand on. He's been trying to argue that what he's doing is legal. But then guess what? The Supreme Court, whom he appointed, I want to remind you that he appointed the people to the Supreme Court, and they're all Republicans, said that he had to comply with facilitating his return to the U.S. His being this guy that I always forget his name, Andrea something Garcia, I think. And he is a man who was thrown in El Salvador with a bunch of other Venezuelans, accusing all of them of being in the gang Tren de Aragua. And none of them went to trial. No evidence has been pushed forward to show that they are members of Tren de Aragua. And one of them, the Garcia guy, the White House has admitted that it was an administrative error was the reason that he was thrown there in El Salvador. Trump has the fucking audacity to say that it's not his decision to make. He's in El Salvadorian soil, and so we can't do it. He invites the fucking president of El Salvador into the Oval Office, the White House, to have a talk, to have a meeting about whatever the fuck they're having a shitty meeting about. And then at one point, a person asks him, hey, are you going to let the guy go who didn't commit a crime? And the president of El Salvador basically says there on national TV, no, I won't do that. I won't do that. Trump is right there in the fucking room with him. He can say, hey, you have to do that. But no, he didn't do that. He in fact, he laughed and smiled in response. He was involved with a gang in the sense that a gang stalked him and tried to gang stalk him and force him to join their gang when he was a child, and he fled his country to the US at age 16. That is the sense in which he was involved in a gang. A gang tried to get him to join, he refused, and then he fled the country. Since he joined the US, he's worked a construction worker job, had a kid, and had a wife and kid. That's basically it. And he has, totally unironically, done nothing wrong. He has no criminal record. And some people at a local police station claim that he was in a gang, I keep saying the wrong word, in a gang, which is based in a state across the country from him. So either that's bullshit, or he actually is guilty in some way. I don't know. But, there's no evidence. And the White House said that it was a mistake that they brought him there. The Supreme Court said 9-0 unanimously, you have to let him go. And then Trump said, no, I'm not letting him go. We are living in a fascist state. That is called fascism. That's what that fucking is. Now, some of you might say, I don't care. They say he was a gang member. Nah, it's fine. As long as they don't go after me, I don't give a shit. Well, first of all, I think you're a shitty person. But second of all, fair legal arguments. If they only break the fucking law and ignore the Supreme Court with one person, and they don't keep doing it with more people, that's fine. But that's just the thing. If they do it to him, what's to stop it from doing it to any of us? Nothing. Fucking nothing, apparently. Nothing except people getting outraged enough. So, I feel like I'm in danger, dude. I feel like I'm in danger. And my white Christian father tells me, when I say that to him, that he felt like he was in danger the whole time that Biden was president. He feared for his life as a white Christian man. This is the state of the world right now. This is where we are. This is where I am. So I really don't want to have to leave the United States of America, where I was born, this country I love, but I may just damn have to if things keep going south. And things have already escalated. They're calling protests illegal. And they're saying, oh, people should be arrested for illegal protests. Not doing illegal stuff at protests, illegal protests. And Mahmoud Khalil has been disappeared, and they're trying to deport him for literally just saying, like saying that Israel shouldn't do the shit they're doing. So Mahmoud Khalil organized protests. He denounced violence at these protests. These protests, and also other stuff that was done. He spoke badly of the illegal things that happened at the protest. Some people in the protest transited from the river to the sea, which is bad taste because it basically just means we're going to kill all the Israelites, essentially, and take back their land. I think. That's what I was told by my parents, at least. Now, they broke into a building on campus and said, we're not leaving until you stop investing our tuition money in genocide. My parents thought that meant they deserved to get deported. If you do, I'm disgusted by you. I don't agree with your politics at all. I think you're a miserable human being. However, the law might agree with you. But either way, the man didn't commit a crime. He couldn't even be suspended from school, and they wanted to. They couldn't come up with a reason. And, well, here we are in current fucking year, 2025. He got kidnapped off the street, out of the lobby of his apartment building, and his wife was there. And people commented on that video that they were happy to see him gone, that this is what they voted for. I'm leaving this fucking country. I'm not, you motherfuckers don't have the right. You don't have the right to go and say, free speech, free speech, free speech. And censoring hate speech is wrong, which I agree with, by the way, all of those things. And then go at it and then say, oh, but actually, fuck you. We're going to throw you in prison because that's not allowed. You're not allowed to say that. Funny how that works, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that fucking hilarious? So, Trump insider traded with billions of dollars. A bunch of people bought shares of stock before he announced at an unexpected time on Truth Social, silently, we're going to do a 90-day pause on those tariffs to cause the stocks to soar up. And he did. He's just kidnapping people. I don't know. He did. Here's the name of the crime that he did. He fucking kidnapped someone and sent them to El Salvador who didn't do anything wrong and admitted on camera. His administration admitted, and I don't want to call it an administration anymore. His regime admitted on camera, we made a mistake. We shouldn't have deported him. And the fucking Supreme Court ruled that they had to bring him back, and they're not bringing him back. They're just not obeying the fucking law anymore. Why should I be required to be a good little boy and the citizen of this country and follow the fucking law if you're not gonna follow the law? If the police and ICE and the government who are supposed to protect me are just gonna fucking disappear me off the streets because I don't agree with the ethnic cleansing they're doing of my friend's nation, I'm not gonna stand for that shit. And if this video can get me thrown in an El Salvador prison, then I'm leaving this country. And I'm sad to say it, but I'm going to do it. You think that this is financially convenient for me? You think it's easy for me to just leave the fucking country? Because it's not. It's gonna cost like $10,000 minimum. But I might have to do this. I'm torn between whether it's the right thing to do to leave and join some community in Canada, maybe collab with drag, or to just stay and just risk getting thrown in fucking El Salvador because apparently nothing's off the table at this point. Have a good day, everybody.